Hello, everyone. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Hello, Instagram, and hello, YouTube. I am live once again, and I have a very interesting topic for you today. And I cannot wait to see and to get your comments and thoughts on this. Fear of losing your job during the pandemic, it is a reality that most of us face nowadays, or maybe it's a business or a professional side of your career that is affected because whether we like it or not, whether you believe there exists a pandemic or not, which is okay either way, something is happening out there, and the world has stopped, the world has changed, and there is not too much that we can do about it. If it would be about our interior world, well, that is very simple to deal with because you only need to go inwards and see what it is to adjust. However, when it comes to the outside world, well, I would suggest that you start preparing yourself because you cannot wait for things to change. You need to change, you need to become the best version of yourself. Now, let's see what is happening with this fear of losing your job during the pandemic. Now, the rational thing to do would be to get your attention. Hello, Waruna. Thank you so much for joining me. If you have any questions, do let me know in the comments below. Now, when it comes to your job, the rational side of you would probably say, well, I will just look for a different activity in my professional life, as now I am going to focus on maybe working more online and just do the things that are more profitable while everyone is mostly inside. Yes, this is the rational thing to do, and I know you know it. I'm not going to talk about this anymore because the challenge is to deal with your internal emotional state so that you can get rational and have enough clarity to take the best decisions. Hello, Seth. Nice to have you here. Thank you so much for joining me. Let me know if you have any questions. Now, I am going to give you some very simple steps on how to deal with your emotional side. Once again, I'm not going to get your rational side thinking because I know you know what you have to do. Let's see what we can have with the emotional part of our mind. Let's see what is the benefit that we can get out of all of these changes happening with the pandemic. Number one, I want you to stop having the rejection that you have towards your feelings. Most of the pain, most of the emotional pain that you feel happens because you either feel ashamed, you feel bad, you feel like you wouldn't have to feel these strong feelings of fear, of anxiety, of acute unknowingness. And I want you to get your ideas on how to start talking to yourself in a more empowering way. When you accept that it is normal to have the feelings that you do, when you let go of this rejection that it's bad to feel ashamed, it's bad to feel fear, then you're going to start to feel a relieving way of dealing with all of your emotions. You start to get your personal power back in your hands. Once you start accepting your feelings, then it's time for the second step. The first step is to accept and acknowledge your feelings. The second step is to get a journal. When you put things down from here, down there, you are going to feel a very relieving feeling of having the exact clarity of what are the necessary steps to do next. And it's actually quite easy. It's really easy to get 2 minutes to yourself every single day and get your mind in order. Most of the times, after you write down the feelings that you no longer want to keep in your system, or you simply analyze your thoughts, once you sit them down on a piece of paper, you get some strong clarity that you now know what you have to do. It's this magic of completely acknowledging all of your thoughts, and then out of the blue, all of a sudden, your mind gets unstuck, you get unblocked, and you know what to do next. And the third step, maybe the most important step, is to start training your mind. This is actually my favorite part of them all, because once you start to know how to talk to yourself, this self talk does wonders. And let me ask you, how is the dialogue between yourself and your best friend? I'm going to take a wild guess that it's really empowering, encouraging. You treat your best friend with respect, you acknowledge their feelings, and you want them to be in the best state possible, right? I know that you agree. Now, I want you to start using the exact same style of communicating with yourself as well. It is vital that you start to become not only your best friend, your strongest ally, but also your biggest and most powerful bodyguard as well. Once you start to train your mind, once you start with this wonderful self talk, then you are going to be more empowered. Your mind is going to start feeling this wonderful clarity that you need in order to make the right decision. You know, in times of crisis, and we are going through some very strange times, whether we believe in COVID or not. And again, it's okay either way. It is very difficult to be rational. We get caught up in so many strong emotions that are mainly negative, some old patterns that don't work anymore because you got a new situation going outside. So, might as well start getting a new way of thinking, right? And as you start to train your mind by using a more empowering, a stronger, wonderful self talk, everything is going to change. And once again, I want you to know that your mind is negative by default. Your mind is not going to support you in any conscious change that you make because it only wants you to be safe, to be alive, and to be completely harmless, to be sorry, to have your physical integrity completely safe. It does not want you to be in any way harmed, and that is why it is going to put a stop every time you want to make a change. This is when fear comes in and you don't even know it's fear. However, if you start to very slowly use all of these three steps that I've been talking about today, and you get your self talk to be more empowering, your mind is going to understand that you are in control. It is like a mother that is always worrying, but once you tell your mom, look, I have the situation under control. I have begun to change and I am thriving. I am doing well. Your mind is going to start to acknowledge and even cooperate. But I want you to know that it may not happen from the very first steps. I want you to be kind with yourself, to be compassionate, because it's not going to happen overnight. You know, it takes a lot of practice, a lot of exercise as you start building your muscles in order to make sure that you get to where you want to, as it is difficult to start judging yourself that you have not reached your destination when you need to focus more on acknowledging the good things that you have already done. Now, as you are kind and compassionate with yourself, know that you are doing your very best in order to Have your mind under your control, because if you could do more, you would. If you could have done more in the past, you would have probably done so. Now, do let me know what is your opinion about this. Are you going to start to put these steps in practice starting from today? Do let me know which is your most favorite step. And also, I am very happy to recommend the 7-step guide to permanently conquer your fears from my website. It is a great book that I have written about how to keep your fears under your control. Download it. It's my gift from me to you. You will love it. You will enjoy the visualizing bag exercise. And I cannot wait to get your feedback on how you are feeling now that you have your mind under your control again. I hope you have a great rest of the day, and I will see you very soon.